Hi, my name is Liberman-Pincu. I'm an industrial designer and design researcher in the field of human factors and interaction design at Ben-Gurion University. Our previous studies examined how visual qualities such as color and structure and design manipulations affect users' perceptions, behaviors, and attitudes. We found that visual qualities, along with non-verbal communication like LED indicators and motion design, shape the human-robot relationship. This study explores the effect of different motion components in a case study of a robotic arm. Robotics research is a dynamic field, with robotic arms being pivotal since 1960s, initially used in manufacturing. These arms are now expanding into daily tasks. Yet, studies on the human interaction outside industrial settings are limited. The research delves into how various motion elements shape user perceptions and preferences. Using an online questionnaire, we analyzed participants' reactions to videos of robotic arms sorting laundry, uncovering significant link between motion styles and attributed characteristics. The results offer insight into designing robotic arm movements that effectively communicate and engage with users, improving human-robot interaction in both industrial and social settings. We systematically deconstructed the robotic motion into 7 distinct parameters based on a literature review. Each parameter plays a crucial role in shaping the behavior of robotic systems. The following parameters were identified: speed, acceleration, proximity, the distance between the robot and its surroundings, motion mode, linear, circular, direction changes amount and speed, and pre-calculation time, the time taken for planning and decision-making before executing a motion. For each parameter, we assign distinct values. We use the motion component to create 2 groups of robotic motion: motion modality and erratic behavior. Motion modality encompasses steady state, defined by a low speed, absence of acceleration, central proximity, and linear motion; orbital flow, characterized by medium speed, minimal acceleration, peripheral proximity, and circular motion; and dynamic flux, marked by high speed, significant accelerations, a mix of central and peripheral proximity, and unpredictable motion patterns, including both linear and circular movements. Erratic behavior is classified into low level, exhibiting slow and infrequent direction changes and a pre-action calculation period, and high level, featuring rapid and frequent direction changes and no pre-action calculation time. We developed 6 distinct robotic profiles by integrating these parameters, each representing a unique combination of the aforementioned groups. We used the Sawyer robotic arm in the Intera environment, specifically designed for this robot. We systematically programmed the robot's 6 characteristics based on the predetermined parameters and levels. Each robot profile was captured in a video from various angles to create the final videos. In this video, you can see the experimental setup of robot number 6, showcasing the Sawyer arm robot and the laundry sorting environment. Garment items were placed on the table for the robot to sort and placed into the laundry bin. We employed an online questionnaire to investigate participants' perceptions of robots engaged in laundry sorting tasks. Initially, participants were asked to provide personal details, including demographic information, attitude toward robots, and their prior experience with robots. Following, participants were presented with a series of 6 videos, each featuring a robot performing the sorting process. After viewing each video, participants were asked to select characteristics out of a list of descriptive terms according to their impressions of the robot's performance. These terms range from positive descriptors, such as friendly and professional, to potentially negative ones, like threatening. Furthermore, participants were asked regarding their perception of the robot arm's motion, specifically evaluating its smoothness and pre-planned nature. For each category, they provided ranking on a scale of 1 to 7. Additionally, respondents were prompted to characterize the motion flow as either mechanical or organic. 52 participants, aged 18 to 61, took part in this online experiment. 27 males, 24 females, and one who chose not to specify their gender. The respondents' NARS scores followed a normal distribution. "30 respondents, which are 58% of the respondents, own a domestic robot compared to the respondents who don't own a robot. They tended to perceive the robot as more reliable, friendlier, more innovative, and more intelligent, regardless of the robot motion profile. We analyzed the data to evaluate the effect of motion modalities and erratic behavior on characteristics attribution and motion perception. We found significant relations between the motion modality and the participants' perceptions of the robot as intelligent, professional, friendly, threatening, operational, and industrial. The erratic behavior level was found to affect the perception of the robot as reliable and friendly. The steady-state profile was perceived as reliable, professional, and intelligent. The orbital flow profile was seen as more operational and industrial, but also as clumsier. The dynamic flux profile was considered innovative, yet also clumsier and less operational and industrial. Low level of erratic behavior was associated with innovation, while high levels of erratic behavior was perceived as friendlier, more reliable, and more intelligent. In this section, participants were asked about their perception of the motion in two categories, smoothness and motion planning. For each category, they were asked to rank their agreement on a scale of 1 to 7. The motion modality significantly influenced the perception of smooth and continuous movement. The respondents perceived the orbital flow profile as less smooth compared to the steady state and dynamic flux profiles. The level of erratic behavior did not significantly influence participants' perceptions of smoothness. Motion planning perception, meaning the robot plans ahead its path, was mainly affected by the motion modality. The respondents ranked the steady-state profile highest. In contrast, the dynamic flux profile was perceived as less planned. The orbital flow profile fell in between. In addition, the erratic behavior level was also found to influence participants' perceptions. High erratic behavior was perceived as more planned than the low erratic behavior. Furthermore, the respondents were asked to characterize the motion nature as either mechanical or organic. The impact of motion modality on the perceptions of motion nature was significant. Specifically, the dynamic flux profile was perceived as organic, while both the steady state and orbital flow profiles were associated with mechanical characteristics. The level of erratic behavior did not significantly influence participants' perceptions of motion flow. This study investigated the impact of motion components on user perception of robotic arms in non-industrial settings. Our systematic deconstruction of motion into 7 parameters: speed, acceleration, proximity, motion mode, direction change amount, direction change speed, and pre-calculation time, has allowed us to create distinct robotic behavior profiles that can be used to inform the design of socially assistive robots. We have gained valuable insights into how speed, acceleration, proximity, and erratic behavior influence perceptions of robotic characteristics. Our findings suggest that motion modality significantly affects the attribution of characteristics such as intelligence and professional, while erratic behavior levels impact the perception of reliability and friendliness. In addition, we found these different modalities affect the user's perception of the motion flow and nature. The steady-state profile gathered positive perceptions from participants. It was regarded as professional, friendly, and intelligent. This motion mode likely conveyed a sense of stability and precision, instilling confidence in the robot's capabilities. Its motion was perceived as smooth and planned ahead, and was considered more mechanical. The orbital flow profile was seen as mechanical and less smooth. The respondents perceived it as more operational and industrial, but it also carried a sense of clumsiness. Users associated this motion modality with practical functionality, perhaps due to its operational connotations. The dynamic flux profile was perceived as more innovative, but it was also deemed more threatening. The respondent described its flow as more organic and less planned ahead. Participants recognized its uniqueness, but expressed reservations about its suitability for operational and industrial contexts. These findings highlight the importance of considering motion design when aiming to integrate robotic arms into social environments where users' comfort and acceptance are crucial. The perceptions of erratic behavior as more reliable and friendly at higher levels is an intriguing result that warrants further investigation. It could imply that a certain degree of unpredictability in robot motion may contribute positively to human-robot interaction, perhaps by making the robot seem more lifelike or engaging. The study also opens up new avenues for exploring how motion modalities can be optimized for different applications, ensuring that socially assistive robots are not only functional, but also well received by users. Future research could delve into the nuance of how these motion components interact with other design elements, such as visual and auditory cues, to create a holistic user experience. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions or need further information, please feel free to contact me.